It all began when I noticed strange activity around my ranch storage facility one Saturday morning. The HOA had apparently decided that my property could be used by its members as an unofficial storage unit. Boxes, furniture, and even machinery were being left without my permission. I couldn't believe it. My private facility was now a public dumping ground, and the HOA thought it was entirely within their rights. At first, I tried diplomacy. I sent emails, made calls, and even attended a meeting, hoping to reason with them. "This is private property," I explained. "You cannot use my facility for personal storage." But they ignored me, claiming they had community rights over the property, citing vague clauses from decades-old HOA rules. I realized negotiation was useless. They were bold, entitled, and utterly convinced that rules didn't apply to them. By noon, I decided to take decisive action. I walked to the storage facility, accompanied by my security team and a few loyal neighbors who had been similarly affected by HOA overreach. Titan, my K9 protector, sniffed the perimeter, alert and ready. We opened the facility and began cataloging everything that had been left there. There were bikes, lawn equipment, boxes of clothes, and even a vintage motorcycle. I shook my head. This had gone too far. That's when the idea hit me. If they wanted to treat my private facility as a communal storage unit, then I would treat it as a public auction space. I posted notices online and around the neighborhood: unauthorized storage auction, all items for sale. Within hours, word spread like wildfire. People from all over the county showed up, curious and eager for bargains. The HOA members, predictably, were furious. Karen arrived first, red-faced and shouting, "This is outrageous. You can't sell other people's property." I calmly responded, "All items in this facility were left here without permission. As the owner, I have the right to dispose of unauthorized property." The auction began. Chairs were sold to a local cafe owner. The vintage motorcycle went to a collector who had been eyeing it for years, and boxes of clothes were snapped up by charitable buyers who promised to donate them. Even the more valuable machinery found new owners who appreciated its worth. By the end of the day, every single item left by the HOA members had been sold. Karen tried to protest again, but by then, her credibility had evaporated. Witnesses from the neighborhood had documented her interference, and I had signed statements proving that the items were left without authorization. The auction had been legal, and there was nothing she could do to reverse it. Afterwards, I took additional precautions. The storage facility was upgraded with biometric locks, security cameras, and a reinforced gate. Any future attempts by HOA members to misuse the property would be met with immediate legal and physical deterrence. The message was clear: my land, my rules, no exceptions. The story spread quickly throughout the community. Neighbors who had previously been intimidated by HOA overreach began to speak up, sharing their own experiences. The HOA's influence began to wane as members realized that unchecked arrogance would no longer go unchallenged. That night, as I locked up the facility and walked back to my main house, Titan at my side, I reflected on the events. The audacity of the HOA had been astounding, but the resolution had been empowering. By turning their misuse of my property into a public auction, I had not only reclaimed control but also demonstrated that rights and authority on my land were non-negotiable. No more unauthorized storage. No more HOA overreach. My property, my rules, my authority, unquestioned and absolute.